Have you ever found yourself, playing detective about something that already happened? Like who ate the last cookie or why your friend was so late? Well, English has this secret set of tools for exactly that. So today, we're going to become language detectives and solve this little grammatical mystery.
Okay, picture this. It's a simple scene, right? You walk into the kitchen. You weren't there, you didn't see anything, but the clues are right in front of you. An empty cookie jar, crumbs on the floor. So, what's your first thought? Your brain is already piecing it all together, and today we're going to give a name to what your brain is already doing.
Now, to solve puzzles like the empty cookie jar, you need the right tools. And in grammar, we call these tools past modals of deduction. You could think of them like a detective's magnifying glass, helping us look at the evidence and cook up a theory about what really went down. So what are they really? Well, past modals of deduction are all about showing how sure or unsure we are about something that happened in the past. We use them when we don't know the facts for certain, but we've got clues, right? Clues that point us in a specific direction. It's basically the language of making an educated guess. And here it is, the secret formula. This is the key that unlocks all of our deductions. And honestly, it's shockingly simple. You just take a modal verb, add have, and then follow it with the past participle of whatever verb you're using. This simple little structure, it's the foundation for everything we're about to do. All right, let's start with the easy stuff, the slam dunks. These are for the times when the evidence is so clear, it's basically pointing to one obvious conclusion. This is your toolkit for when you are almost 100% sure about what did or what didn't happen. So, you've got two sides to this certainty coin. When the evidence is just screaming that something happened, we use must have. You look outside, the roads are soaking wet. Well, it must have rained. Makes sense, right? And on the flip side, when you're just as certain that something was impossible, you use can't have. If your friend literally just walked out the door 5 minutes ago, she can't have arrived at her destination yet. It's a logical impossibility. But what happens when the clues aren't so obvious? Because let's be real, life is usually a lot messier than that, and the evidence can be kind of vague. This is where we shift gears from certainty to just possibility. Let's look at the tools for those situations. For possibility, we've got 3 main players: could have, may have, and might have. Think of could have like you're brainstorming. It's for listing one of several options. Remember our late friend? He could have missed the bus, or he could have hit traffic. See? We're just listing ideas. Then there's may have. That's your neutral 50-50 shot. And might have. That's for when you have a hunch, but you're not super confident. It shows a bit more doubt than may have does. Yeah, this little chart really helps show that subtle but important difference. Think of may have like a coin toss, a total 50-50 chance. She may have forgotten our meeting. It's a solid possibility. But might have is weaker. It shows more doubt. He might have seen the email, but I'm really not sure. It's more of a weak hunch. Okay, you've seen the tools in the toolkit. Now it's your turn to be the detective. I'm going to give you a few mini cases, and you're going to choose the best modal to crack them. You ready? Let's do this. All right, here's our first case. The only clue we have is he didn't answer his phone. So, what can we deduce from that? Here are your options. What's your gut ton?
Yeah.
The best fit here is might have. Now, why is that? Well, a meeting is definitely a possibility, but there are a ton of other reasons someone might not answer their phone, right? It could be on silent, maybe he's driving, who knows? So it's just a weak possibility, not a strong one. Okay, next up. Now listen to this evidence. It's pretty compelling. They ordered a massive meal and left nothing behind. What does that strong evidence suggest? Yep, this one is a classic must-have. This is a high certainty deduction. I mean, all the evidence points in one direction. It's really hard to imagine another reason for cleaning your plate after a huge meal. We can be almost certain they were starving. Case number 3. This one's a little different. It involves a hard fact. The museum is closed. So what does that fact tell us about the possibility of someone going there today? The only option here is couldn't have, which works exactly like can't have. Since we know for a fact the museum is closed, going there was literally impossible. There's zero doubt here. Case closed. Let's keep going. Another case. This time, the clue is just a simple observation. She looks tired. So what's a balanced, neutral guess we can make based on just that? For this one, may have is the perfect fit. A bad night's sleep is a really common reason to look tired, right? That makes it a solid 50-50 possibility. But it's not the only reason. Maybe she just had a tough workout, so may have captures that neutral, could go either way feeling perfectly. And for our final case, the classic late friend scenario. Someone is an hour late. We know there are a lot of possible reasons for this. How would you phrase just one of those possibilities? And the best choice is could have, because missing the bus is just one theory out of many. He could have gotten stuck in traffic, he could have overslept, you get the idea. Could have is the perfect tool for just throwing one possibility out there without ruling out all the others.
Fantastic work, detective. You absolutely cracked all the cases. So just to help these new tools stick in your brain, let's pull up the complete case file one last time.
And here it is, your entire toolkit on one page. You've got must-have for when you're almost sure, can't have for when it's impossible, then you've got may have for that 50-50 shot, could have for listing one of several ideas, and might have for when you have a hunch, but you're a bit doubtful. This is your go-to guide for making sense of the past. So, you are now officially equipped as a grammatical detective. The world out there is full of these little mysteries just waiting to be solved. So the next time you see those crumbs on the counter or you get an unanswered text, what clue will you follow? And what will your first deduction be?